If you've been following the AI content scene, you've probably seen those insanely realistic AI conversations people are turning into podcasts and videos. Stuff like Notebook LM generating lifelike dialogues and tools like Jog AI or Jellod, turning those into talking avatar videos. But here's the thing, if your goal is to take long-form content like a 1-hour live stream, a deep dive interview, or a recorded course lecture and actually turn it into consistent snackable clips that grow your audience, most of those pipelines still feel clunky and half manual. I just tried a much smoother approach and wanted to share it. Not as an infomercial, but as a real, practical workflow that saved me hours. The star here is Vizard, which is an AI-first tool built specifically for turning long videos into short, high-performing clips and then getting them published without you micromanaging the calendar. I'll show the whole thing end-to-end. Compare it to other options because you should know the trade-offs and give you the exact steps to try it yourself. Let's dive into what this entire workflow actually looks like in real life. Imagine you've got a Notebook LM audio conversation or a long YouTube stream waiting to be processed. Instead of manually scrubbing for highlights, cutting, reformatting, and scheduling a dozen posts across platforms, Vizard can find the viral-worthy segments, auto-edit them into ready-to-post clips, and even queue them up for publishing. It's 2-ish steps and surprisingly fast. The first step in this process is simply feeding in your long-form video content. This could be an AI dialogue, a podcast episode you recorded, or a lengthy YouTube live stream. Vizard accepts most major formats and URLs, so you don't have to mess with converting files. I dropped in a long AI conversation about that new paradigm everyone's buzzing about, and the tool immediately analyzed it. Next, you simply let the powerful auto-editor engine get to work. The auto-editing engine scans for attention spikes, laughs, emphatic lines, high-energy moments, and question and answer toggles, and it slices clips that are optimized for social. It's not just cutting by silence. It looks for conversational turns and punchlines, the exact bits that make people stop the scroll. Within a few minutes, I had a batch of 30 to 60-second clips, each with clean in-out points and optimized aspect ratios for shorts and reels. Now, a lot of people try to do this with a chain of tools. Export audio here, run it through a transcript service there, manually mark up timestamps, then push each clip into a scheduler or social editor. That's what I used to do before finding a better way. Some tools offer solid capabilities. One is neat if you want talking avatars tied tightly to original audio, and another is great if you want an all-in-one AI podcast generator with host cloning and publishing. But both of them often leave you with manual steps when the goal is volume. You still need to pick clips, reformat them, and handle scheduling in a separate application. And some avatar or video generators trip up on rapid speaker interjections or overlapping chatter, those tiny moments that pop up in natural conversation. The result can be awkward cuts or visuals that just feel mismatched. Vizard's difference is it treats long-form to short-form as a single pipeline. Extract, edit, and schedule. Here are a few specific features I really loved during my testing period. It consistently pulled out the parts where tension, humor, or insight peaked, not just the loudest parts. It automatically creates vertical and horizontal variants, adds subtle intros or outros where needed, and keeps the energy intact across all versions. Tell it how often you want to post and the platforms you care about, and it will queue and publish clips for you automatically. The calendar view makes it easy to tweak captions, swap clips, or reassign dates with simple clicks. You don't have to use every single feature available in the tool. For example, I kept the original AI voices intact for authenticity. That was important for continuity if your audience already recognizes those specific voices. But the platform also lets you swap music beds, add captions, and tweak the opener text if you want to A/B test different hooks. Here is the quick demo workflow I personally used, with steps you can easily copy. First, I uploaded the source material, using either a direct file or a simple YouTube link. I dropped in an AI dialogue and a separately recorded episode, just to compare the initial results side by side. Second, I allowed Vizard a few minutes to fully analyze the entire piece of content. This initial analysis takes just a couple of minutes, depending on the overall length of the source video. Third, the system surfaces a stack of suggested clips ranked by their predicted engagement potential. You always have the option to bulk approve everything, or manually edit any specific cut to refine the starting or ending point precisely. Next, you move on to customizing the captions and relevant tags for each clip you approve. The auto-captioning is solid, and you can easily edit the copy to tweak the tone or add in important hashtags. The fifth action is setting your desired posting cadence and selecting all the target social platforms. You simply tell the tool how many posts you want per week, and it populates the content calendar with actual scheduled items. Finally, you can hit schedule and go grab a well-deserved coffee break. When you come back, the clips are either scheduled or already published based on your initial settings. Now for the honest comparisons. Because no automated tool is perfect, and you should always pick what actually fits your specific workflow. Tools focused on avatar-style videos and synthetic host podcasts are great for those specific outputs. If your main goal is to make talking avatars from AI audio, they do a fantastic job, especially if you want custom avatar design or full voice cloning capabilities. But those specialized tools can become quite fiddly when the real objective is scaling content across many different social platforms. One tool, for example, sometimes struggles with rapid interjections and overlapping dialogue, meaning you often end up doing manual corrections. Another is excellent at generating a full podcast episode from simple prompts, but it requires another whole step to convert that episode into a high-volume social strategy. Contrast that with this platform. It's not trying to replace those avatar creation platforms at all. Instead, it's built specifically to turn any long video into an efficient pipeline of high-performing short clips, and then keep your social feeds constantly updated. That makes this approach ideal for any creator who needs to scale. Educators, podcasters, coaches, and even small video studios. If you crave super unique avatars or want to publish talking head episodes with precise lip sync avatars, you might still use those other tools for that final output, then drop those generated episodes into this one for promotional clips. That combination actually gave me the absolute best of both worlds in my testing. Let me share a few more practical notes that came up during my extended run-through of the tool. First, the speed on most uploaded files was impressively fast right out of the gate. Priority rendering is available if you're on a paid plan, so your clips go out even faster. But even the free tier is perfectly usable for smaller batches of content. For edge cases involving lots of overlapping chatter or tiny speaker interjections, a quick cleanup pass in the editor is highly recommended. It's lightweight and significantly easier than stitching all those complex cuts together in a full, non-linear editor. Another note is to maintain creative control by manually tweaking the opening 2 or 3 seconds of any clip. Swapping out that initial hook can drastically change performance, and this editor makes that specific tweak incredibly simple. To show you the flexibility, here are a few example prompts I used to generate diverse clip vibes from that single source conversation. One prompt asked the AI to find the funniest one-liners and generate 6 separate vertical clips around 15 to 20 seconds long. Another prompt targeted 3 key moments where the host explained a complex concept in a simple sentence to create short explainer reels. A final, more complex prompt requested a 60-second highlight that stitched 3 consecutive insights into one cohesive narrative. It handled all of those complex requests perfectly, without me having to mark a single timestamp manually. Final thoughts. If you're serious about turning long-form content into a consistent stream of social clips, this tool is a huge time saver. It's certainly not perfect. No automated tool ever is, but it reduces the mental and manual overhead dramatically for distribution. Use those specialized tools when you want avatar-focused outputs or full synthetic podcast generation. Use this platform to cut, polish, and publish at massive scale. For me, the combo of starting with the source material, running it through an optional video generator, and then using this for editing and distribution is the absolute sweet spot. If you want, I can walk you through my exact project settings next. How I set up the clip length, which hooks I test first, and the cadence I use to maximize impressions. I'll also share a few caption templates that consistently help lift view rates across the board. Drop a comment or say which platform you care about most: TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels, and I'll tailor the next walkthrough specifically for you. And that wraps up the initial overview of this accelerated content pipeline. If this helped you think about a faster content pipeline, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want more deep dives into workflows that actually save you real time. I'll see you in the next one.